My hope for this video is that it finds the people who could really use it most. Just so you guys know, what we're doing today is I'm gonna take you through our kitchen and I'm just gonna help you understand how we make it safer for our daughter Raleigh and to help keep her food completely gluten-free. We primarily make Southern California travel and theme park content. However, I do like to occasionally make type 1 diabetes and celiac awareness videos. So you'll see a lot of gluten-free content like gluten-free grocery hauls because our 6-year-old daughter Raleigh has both of these autoimmune diseases. So I know how difficult it is to have these challenges in your life, especially when people don't understand. I do want to read to you guys one comment that I got today, and that's why I finally said, okay, I've got to make this video. So this came in from Linda. She said, I would love to know how you do kitchen to avoid cross-contamination. I am 60 and living in a house with 4 others. So when I saw this comment from Linda, I was like, I need to make this video. Before we get into this, I am not a medical professional. I am just sharing my own life experience and expertise because my daughter has celiac disease and I've had to keep her diet completely gluten-free. Always consult with a doctor whenever you have any really important questions concerning your health. The first piece of advice I want to give you guys is have one space in your kitchen that is completely gluten-free. So this space here, we don't even set products that are packaged that have even trace amounts of gluten on this counter. If one of us makes a mistake, because mistakes happen, what we would do is we would wipe it down with a cleaning product and probably some paper towels. I'm gonna get into like dealing with the sponge cross-contamination, but I usually don't use sponges for something that I wanna be completely gluten-free because I might have washed a pasta pot with that sponge. I wanna let you know that I do have some affiliate links in my description box. They're there for your convenience. It's no cost to you. It just helps me out if you use them to go into Amazon and make your purchases. All right, thanks you guys for the support and back to the video. So this toaster is a completely gluten-free toaster. That would be one of your first purchases when you're newly diagnosed with celiac disease. If you like bread, if you like toast, there is a lot of gluten-free bread options out there, and we have 2 dedicated gluten-free toasters. We have this one, and then we also have a travel toaster that's smaller that I will travel with if Raleigh wants toast, in our hotel room or wherever we may be going, like a rental condo or something like that. Right now, I don't know where our gluten toaster is, but if we have guests staying and they want gluten toast, what I would do is I would put a gluten toaster here and just keep it over here. So the rest of our counters are not dedicated gluten-free space. Oh, there's Rapunzel. We're kind of in between storage units, so I know that's weird. Sorry guys, just boxes everywhere. We moved 2 years ago and we're still dealing with our stuff. That being said, if Jesse brings home like Subway for lunch or something, and maybe he eats on this countertop, I will make a point of wiping it down really nicely with a paper towel and some cleaning product because Raleigh eats here all the time. For cooking, we do use the same pots. This is dirty right now, the dishes, but so just so you guys see, so those pots we use for pasta and for, say, gluten-free oatmeal. What our doctor said to us, and again, you guys consult with your doctor, of course. So what our doctor told us, she said, as long as things run through the dishwasher, that should be okay. She said, try not to drive yourself crazy because it really can drive you crazy when you're trying to be completely gluten-free. So utensils, I'm a little more picky about. No, those are the knives. Recently what I did is I have 2 spoons and they have these blue ribbons. Raleigh actually got these at Knott's Berry Farm in the dress shop when she was doing Ghost Town Alive, so I thought that was fitting. So these 2 spoons are completely gluten-free. I never use them with gluten dishes. I use the spoons that don't have the ribbon because wood, you guys, you have to hand wash. So if I can't run something through the dishwasher, I try to keep it as a dedicated gluten-free utensil. This one you could put in the dishwasher, so it should be fine, but just those are hers. And then see, the gluten ones don't have, this is a gluten one, it doesn't have a ribbon. And of course they share the same drawer because they are clean. They've gone through the dishwasher or been hand washed. And even though this has been wiped down, if it's a utensil I'm cooking with for her, what I'll do is I'll put a paper towel down because I'm cooking over here on the stove top. And I'll use her gluten-free spoon. I'll use the same pot, but again, it came out of the dishwasher, so it has to go through the dishwasher. And then when I'm resting the spoon, I'll put it on the paper towel, just in case, because I know this countertop could have been exposed to gluten, right? Or I'll maybe put it over there, right? Now, you could get a dedicated spoon rest. We haven't bought a lot of dedicated things. We don't spend a lot of money on our kitchen items unless we, feel we really need something, so that's what we do. Then as far as the dishes, when I'm doing dishes, you guys, I try to do, like if I know this had pasta, and I know I'm doing a lot of dishes, maybe I'm doing hand washing, I'll hand wash Raleigh's dishes first, and then I'll do the pasta dish, and then I stick the sponge in the dishwasher, and then I run the whole thing. That's kind of the kitchen rundown. Another thing to always think about, you guys, is top to bottom. Gluten-free goes on top and the gluten goes on the bottom because you don't want the gluten to fall on your gluten-free foods. And then like here in the refrigerator, now these items are not as likely to have, flaky all over the place. They're kind of all contained. But one thing that a lot of people don't think about is the butter. So if you have people in your house that are buttering gluten toast, you're gonna want a gluten butter. So the gluten butter goes on the bottom in our house and the gluten-free butter goes on top. So it would probably be best to have a cover. We just don't have one right now. So this is the gluten-free butter. It goes on top and only touches gluten-free food. And then this goes on the bottom and only touches gluten food. So that's how that goes. Really quick, I'll show you the pantry. And I think those are my main, those are my main tips for you guys. Okay, so here's our pantry. It's crazy, I know. Her type 1 diabetes supplies are on top. So all of this is gluten-free, except, you guys, the spices. So actually these are all gluten-free. Let me just really quick say something about spices because this is an important one too. Okay, so here's more spices. This is not a gluten-free spice cabinet. My husband loves to grill. He loves mixed spices. So anything that has a mix of spices, you can just consider that gluten cross-contaminated. You guys, so I was wrong. Wait just a minute, I'm recording. Montreal steak seasoning is actually gluten-free. So that is awesome because we use it all the time. But this, like for example, we got this at Knott's Berry Farm. It's delicious. We love it. But because there's a mix of spices, we talked to the owner and we wouldn't consider it celiac safe. So that's what I was talking about with mixing spices. Just beware of that. But if it's like just one single spice, it should be gluten-free. I mean, always read your labels and listen to your body. But so that's my little disclaimer on spices. So this is all gluten-free, right? And this is a mess, so please forgive me. Our gluten goes on the bottom. So with this kind of stuff where it's flaky and it could fall on the other items, you always want your gluten on the bottom. And maybe the people in your household, they want a whole shelf of gluten. I just keep putting everything way down here. In theory, it's supposed to fit in this basket, but depending on how many groceries we buy, it kind of starts to overflow. So this is your gluten here. And like this, you might be like, oh wait, those are Lay's. Right? Potato chips, those are gluten-free. Well, somebody ate out of them who had been touching bread, so now they're considered not safe for Raleigh because they probably do have cross-contamination from the bread. So those go, even though they're Lay's, and usually Lay's are gluten-free, they go down in the gluten bin, so I know not to give those to Raleigh. So that's kind of it. I think that's everything. I hope this was helpful. I'm wishing you the best, and I hope you are able to take care of yourself and your body. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up, and I will see you later in Super Cali Land. Bye.